Live from Copple Chevrolet GMC Studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. Welcome to the Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into Ticket Weeknights, and also welcome back. We're on Allo now as well, as we just found out. Middle of the last show, got a nice tweet from DP in a text that we're on Allo TV now as well. I believe it's 951 as a channel. I'll double check that for you guys. But again, if you want to watch the Ticket on Allo, now it's on there all day. It's not just weeknights. It's the morning shows. It's the day shows. So you can have that running all day long, catching all our streams. And as me and Megan were talking about in that first show, it's just kind of crazy to see the growth of the Ticket. And it's a testament to you guys, Kinsey Davis and Sophia McClellan from the women's gymnastics team here. Is it took some pioneers to kind of get this off the ground. It's one of those things where it has to be cool and it has to work, because you're not going to just agree to do those shows unless you see worth in it. Mm-hmm. And for a while, I felt like it took some time for be like, okay, what's the use in me? Like, do people really want to hear my voice as a student athlete? You know, how does this make me grow? And as it's been shown, it's growing like crazy. So again, just thank you to all the listeners. Big thank you to Allo. And just the sponsors we have. Again, I want to thank Acres as well. They are a sponsor for Ticket Weeknights here on Mondays. Acres, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much, much more. Acres, solutions for every field. So like you said, we used to not have sponsors for Monday nights either. The whole thing's just taken off, and it's just hats off to DP and Rebecca. Hats off to the student athletes like Sophia and Kinsey coming in here every week with the crazy schedule you guys have. You guys oftentimes don't even get a full spring break, and you guys still come and do these shows. So it's just a thank you to the listeners, a thank you to student athletes, and a thank you to all our sponsors that this whole thing works. And as the Ticket grows, we'll have more student athletes, more shows, more talent. Then I don't know where the limit is, but it's awesome. The only unfortunate part is didn't realize this was happening today. I'm wearing a painted cover sweatshirt, so that's the only problem. In the future, I will dress nicer for you guys nonetheless. But we do have Sophia and Kinsey in here. I know you guys had Big Tens not too long ago, but I'm sure we'll dive into that later. But just to kind of start off, how you guys doing? I know you got some massages, so the vibe right now is kind of relaxed. How you guys going?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're super blessed to get massages. I mean, that's one of the best forms of recovery I think we get. So we get them on Mondays. And as you said, Mondays is my busiest day at least. So it's a nice end to my day.
Yeah, I definitely feel like they help like a lot with the whole recovery process. And I can always like tell a difference when I don't get one, like in the beginning of the week. Like by the end of the week, my body is like completely dead.
I agree.
Has that always been a thing? Like when you guys first got there, you guys always been doing the massages like once a week?
When I came as a freshman, we didn't do it. And I think last year we started doing it. So this is our second year, but I know they did them previous to COVID. So it's not like a new thing, but for me, it's still kind of recent. I think so.
What are the benefits that you guys like feel that you're talking about, like where you can actually notice if you don't get that massage that week?
I know for me, like, I feel like there's something new that hurts my body like every week. And sometimes like Tom, our athletic trainer, doesn't have like necessarily the time to like work on every little pain that we have. So like having the massage therapist like be able to work on some of those areas that like maybe our athletic trainer might not have the time, or even we have the time to go in for, really helps me.
I can tell they work like targeted areas wherever you're hurting, whether it's your legs or your back or something like that. And I tend to get a lot of like pressure points done. So it really is, I mean, it's nice to get a massage because it feels nice. Or whenever I say I have a massage, everyone's like so jealous. But a lot of times it's them like shoving their finger in my back to like calm the muscle down. So, I mean, it's also very relaxing and it's necessary. And as we said, I think it's just one of the better recovery methods. And it's just because in gymnastics, and you're using so many tiny muscles all the time, and taking the time to really like use pressure points or really like rub them out is going to be more beneficial for the long run. I mean, we roll out and everything, but having a professional do it makes a big difference.
Yeah, I can see it, especially in your guys' sport too. Like flexibility is huge. So anything that's tight, like it's just not going to fly in gymnastics. Like you have to be very loose. Otherwise, like I mean, we've talked about it before, but the scoring is so like you just can't afford tiny mistakes. And if you're just a
Right.
little tight in one spot and maybe your landing's just like you stumble a little bit because you're tight in the hamstring, like who knows? Like that stuff, I could see
Mhm.
how that's important. I wonder how that'd work for other sports. Like, do you think it'd have the same benefits? Like, if something that's not related to like being super flexible, like football, like if football athletes had that weekly massage, you think that had benefits for them as well?
Yeah, I mean, they do football as well, and I know they do volleyball too,
Oh,
but
so they do multiple.
Mhm.
It's
sports,
not just
yeah.
not just you guys that get that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
But as far as actual benefits, like I don't know. I can't say that I know, but I think that the nature of our sport is a lot more intense with our body being our own equipment. Not that like I mean every sport everyone uses their body, but to the extent of which like our strength needs to come out, I think. I don't know.
I
Not
think that makes
discrediting other
sense.
sports, but
Yeah.
you know, I mean we're flipping our own bodies, so
Yeah, and you guys have to, like I said, you have to be crazy flexible. Like,
mhm.
and all the people that I knew that were like freak athletes that could get up in the air. That's like the one thing they had was flexibility.
Mhm.
So I can feel like for you guys that is absolutely huge. But
Mhm.
nonetheless, I know you guys had Big Tens. Um, just kind of let's just kind of start from the beginning. You know, even just with the drive down there, just how everything went.
The drive down there was, I mean, it was fine. It felt like it took forever though because we left at like 9 in the morning, and we didn't get to the hotel till like what,
Almost
like
5.
5. So it was like pretty. I mean, we
So
stopped
almost
like,
an 8 hour drive.
yeah. I mean, we stopped like in between to eat lunch, like a sit down lunch and stuff like that. But it just felt like it took like forever.
Forever,
And I
yeah.
think also with like all of our like adrenaline, like
Yeah.
already starting to pump, like because we knew we were on our way there. I think that also kind of made the time go by like a lot slower
Mm-hmm.
because we were just like sitting there, like anticipating like being there and like getting
Impatient
started.
too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And again, before I get the question to you, Kinsey, we are streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. So if you want to put a face to the voice, you can watch those streams. Just put in 93.7 The Ticket. That should pull up for you. And again, if you want to comment on the Starter Heyman text line, 402-464-5685, you can join the conversation that way or call in at the Honda of Lincoln hotline. Same number, 402-464-5685. You can ask the gymnasts, Kinsey Davis and Sophia McClellan, any questions you guys might have, and that's a great way to join the conversation. So same thing, just kind of how was that drive up there? Were you feeling, any nervous jitters? Were you calm and relaxed? How was that for you?
I was kind of relaxed, which is not usually how I feel, especially for flying.
Mhm.
I am very like in the mornings, just like chirpy, as everyone describes me. But I like wasn't feeling super well this time, and I kind of sat more towards the front of the bus and just tried to lay down and sleep. But a bunch of people at the back of the bus were being really excited. So, but I would say I was definitely feeling more just relaxed. I didn't really think about the competition. I was kind of ready to just be there and ready to do it.
Mhm.
But I didn't feel like the anticipation of. I mean, I was impatient because I was like over being in the bus, but I wasn't really thinking about gymnastics.
Yeah, 8 hours. Is that the longest drive you guys have had so far? 8 hours? I feel
This
like,
I
season,
think so.
yeah, just this season, not
yeah,
overall.
yeah, definitely this season at least.
What's the next one closest? I can't remember you guys having a drive. I mean, if you did, you typically flew.
We flew every other travel meet this season except to Iowa. We drove, but my freshman year we bused to Minnesota twice, like 2 weekends back to back, and that was like 9 hours, and that was
Yeah, that's a long
really,
drive.
really, really difficult. We did it once for a dual meet with Minnesota, and then the next week it was Big Tens, and they were the host site, so we did it again, and we didn't get to fly. So um, we're feeling super grateful to be able to fly to Denver this year because that also would be around that timeline, I think,
Hmm.
especially in a bus. Um, and yeah, I think it makes a difference. I mean, we can handle a bus ride, but it makes your bodies more stiff and just it almost takes the same amount of time as it would have if we just drove to the airport and waited and then went through security and flew.
Yeah,
So,
you just hopefully. I guess the only thing with flying is like you try to get rid of fatigue. They're not all just crammed into a bus, but
hmm
nonetheless. So when you guys got there, how much time did you guys have to kind of unwind a little bit, relax before you had to lock in?
We kind of like arrived and then we had like, I think like an hour to like settle down a little bit, and then we had to leave for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
So then we went to dinner and then we came back to the hotel, and the meet, we had a practice day the following day. So it was like an early start to the day. I think we had to be up at like 8 in the morning or something like that. So most of us were like so gassed that by the time we got back for dinner, like we were just like ready for bed. Like
Yeah.
like I passed out so early. I think I went to bed at like 10:30, which is like super early for me. Like I'm kind of a night owl.
What's the usual time you nod off?
Like 12.
Okay, that's not
usually.
terrible. You scared me. Thought you were gonna say like 2. There's some
No.
people I know that do that, and that's crazy.
No, I mean like 12 to 1. Sometimes 2 if I'm like on TikTok, like laying on my bed.
Okay,
But usually like around the 12 to 1 kind of time.
Has you always been like that, or is this like a development later?
No, I've always been like that.
Yeah. See, I've kind of lately I've been leaning more, which sucks because I still have to get up early, but because I do the weeknights, like I'm used to like having a set amount of free time.
Mhm.
So when I come home and if say I work till 11 that night, I'm like, oh, they got home. It's 11:30. I'd get some free time, and then I can
Yes.
Yeah.
creep up till 1 a.m. I'm
Yeah.
like, crap, because you have that thought in your head. It's like as soon as I go to bed, I replay the loop, and I gotta do it
yes,
all over
no,
again.
this is something that's not talked about enough, I don't think, especially for athletes, because our routine is given to us and we have a schedule to follow. So when we have freedom of our own, it's like we want to spend it how we want. And
Yeah.
I mean, I love sleep, so I would love to just sleep, but like to be able to do what I want in a fun way, whether it's on my phone or playing music, whatever. I just feel like when you go to sleep, then that is when it's going to start the next day over again. And it's just like not having that freedom. I don't know. It sounds super deep, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
this is a common problem that people experience, but they don't recognize it. But it happens for normal individuals too, I'm sure, like after work. Like, that's why
Mhm.
people stay up so late because they just want to be able to like do their own thing, I think.
Yeah, the more we talk about it, it's kind of weird. It's because it's the loop. Like you're scared to like
Fall
start over
asleep.
at the top of the loop because it's like, man, as soon as I go to when I wake up, I know it's you got time for a cup of coffee and you're out the door. And if you're your everyday Joe, it's an 8 to 5. And if you have kids, it's a 8 to 5, take care of the kids, get them all ready for supper, do the dishes, do the chores. And
Yeah.
then maybe it's, 8, 9 o'clock. And then with you guys, I feel like it's just at another level too. It's like I've been asking this to everyone. Did you see the Princeton athletes during March Madness doing calculus homework, like in their hotel room?
I didn't see that, but I totally believe it.
Yeah, just stuff like that. It's insane. So like when you
Yeah.
how do you guys handle that with the limited free time? Because Nick Bryan on the track team even talks about it, like trying to have an identity outside their sport just to kind of breathe and not be so locked in and hyper focused on one thing. So when you do have free time, or if you have to make free time, like what are some of the things you guys like to do that kind of help you unwind?
I know for me, like I really prioritize like spending time with like my friends outside. Not like outside, like outdoors, but like outside of like the gym and stuff. Cause like my friend group really mostly consists of like the guys on the men's gymnastics team. So I'm like around them all the time because like our gyms are like connected, but it's really nice to like have space outside of that like environment to hang out with them, like where we can all kind of like unwind and like separate like our gymnastics identity from like our personal identity and stuff like that. And I like find that I am more like in a positive mood and stuff like when I'm around friends and stuff like that. Like that like stuff makes me happy and kind of helps me like I guess feel like sane in a way. I
So
don't know
would
if
you
that
say
makes
like
sense.
you definitely lean more towards being like an extrovert as
Yeah.
opposed
Yeah.
so you just find comfort in like a friend group?
Yeah. Like if I had the choice to like stay home and like just kind of like lay around on the couch or like watch a movie or something or like go and like hang out with my friends like on an off day, I would choose to go and like hang out with my friends instead.
I can see that, especially because like you hear everyone else's conversations,
Mm.
and then all of a sudden you're not even thinking about your business anymore.
Yeah.
But I know some people are different. Like I definitely find myself being way more of a hermit. I'll still go out, but I gotta have some people I really like down there for me to get it downtown doing whatever. But Kinsey, what about you? How do you find ways to unwind?
Yeah, I kind of feel like what you just said, like almost the opposite. I have a really good group of friends outside of gymnastics that are NARPs, as people call them. And it is so refreshing, honestly, because they don't really understand gymnastics. So just like all the complaining and monotony and just everything mundane about the sport that I just want to complain about, or just, I
Mhm.
don't know, I just relive all the time. They don't even really, not that I don't care, but just finding other things to talk about and other things that make me happy is a positive shift for my brain instead of just gym, gym, gym. But typically, I mean, I need a good balance between socialization, but also independent time. Like, if I'm around people for too long, I honestly like freak out. Like, I really like my personal space. I love my friends, but after a while, I just want to lay in my own bed with my own thoughts in my brain, like in silence, honestly. But yeah, I love to play music. That's how I usually unwind. It's just like kind of a vulnerable state. And I feel like if I don't know how to describe my feelings or I'm feeling like moods, I feel all my feelings really deeply, whether I'm like really happy or just whatever, it's down. And like finding the perfect song that describes how you feel and like putting it on repeat or just like playing guitar or something makes like I'm able to release it. So that's also why I like being alone a little bit. But sometimes friends can help you overcome that as well if they're like, yeah, I get how you feel or something, and make you feel heard and validated.
No, I want to ask you, have you, because every time I talk to you, I feel like you're picking up something else. No, you play guitar.
Yeah.
You play piano, right, as well?
No, I
No, not
actually
piano.
don't, but
But you could sing.
I
You've seen that live a few times. A few national anthems I've seen you do now.
yeah, I did, and it was fun and such a crazy opportunity, but I'm actually gonna start taking piano in, like, 2 weeks. I just
Okay.
decided, like, last week. One of the guys who kinda runs the music stuff at the church I attend,
Hmm.
um, said that he would teach me, and he plays keyboard, and he's amazing. And after the season is done with gymnastics, I wanna try something new because I don't wanna just lay in my bed. I'm kind of worried, like, when season's over, we still have like a month and a half left of
Yep.
school, and I just I feel like it's time to try something new. And yeah, I love music, so I'm super excited. And we talked about it a little bit on Sunday when I just saw him, because he's like, if you want to get up on the stage and perform as soon as possible, I can work around that and get you a way we can do that, or we can like take a little bit longer but get you a better foundation. And so I told him I'd rather do that because I'm not really um I don't have a timeline of like wanting to perform necessarily. It's just more because I want to try something new. And
Hmm.
I kind of feel like that's what I did with guitar, since I'm self-taught, is I already know I don't do some of the chords correctly or like have a super good foundation. I just kind of like make it work. So I don't know. Yeah, it's new, but I'm excited. So
That'd be a good one for you. Because if you really love music,
yeah,
I feel like as soon as you learn the piano, you are set for, I mean, you can start playing anything.
I feel like it was like I was thinking about it, but I don't have a piano. When I go home for summer, we don't have a piano and I don't know anybody. But one of my friends from North Carolina who I spent time with last summer, she plays, and it's just entirely it opens up entirely different type of music because guitar, I mean, it's like acoustic and you can make the keys kind of shift to any song you want, but there's just some songs that are piano songs and some that are guitar. Like a lot of Adele songs might be piano, or just like
Yeah.
more soulful songs.
It's just
And
not going to sound good off strings the same way it
right.
would a
You
piano.
can play the same chord progression technically, but it won't sound like how the song is meant to be played. So I don't know. I kind of feel like, I mean, I love guitar, but it's a lot of country. It's a lot of same strumming, since I mean, I know the basic chords and I can always learn more, but yeah. So I was thinking about it, but I don't really want to worry about where I'm going to find a piano or when I'll be able to play it or practice again, because I know that I have access to one with the church now. So I feel like I can come and learn whenever I want or play. So that'll be good for me. But yeah, every time you talk to me, it is like music. So
I know it seems up your alley. And then, yeah, especially the piano. It's definitely a good move. If you love
yeah.
music, um, I always wanted to, never had the discipline,
Yeah.
never fully, because I don't love the music the same way you did. So it's like kind of
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'll try it. And like, I could memorize songs, but I couldn't read sheet music.
Yeah.
So I mean, do you plan on getting to that level where you're reading sheet music, or are you
Mm,
memorizing songs?
I don't know, because I don't know a lot about
Because if he's teaching you,
pianos.
I'd imagine he'd show you.
Yeah, he said he's very into like music theory and
Okay.
understanding. He told me the other day was he wants me to know, like, okay, why do we play this and how do we make it sound like this and what's different about playing this versus this, instead of just kind of tinkering around with it. But I kind of did that in high school. I had like this little electronic keyboard that was really poor quality and it's just for fun. But I was able to kind of teach myself just a couple songs that was fun to play. But I'm excited to get like maybe an actual foundation. And I'm a fast learner, so I feel like it's something I'm interested in. Hopefully I don't get bored of it. I mean, if I absolutely can't do it, then maybe I'll just stop trying. But as of right now, I think I'll be really bored after season and I need to give my body a break. So it's the perfect time to try a new hobby, I think. So,
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good one too, and that's one that'll age like wine. So if
mhm.
you actually figured out how to play the piano and you get to a really good level, like it's just probably an awesome feeling. You go to places with they always have the public piano to be able to be like,
Yeah.
oh, I can just hop on that and you can tell
Yeah.
me a song, and just because I know the way it sounds, like I
Yeah.
can literally see the notes that need to be played. That's always impressive. Like I remember my high school music choir teacher, excuse me, not music choir teacher was really good at that, where you could play a song, she'd listen to it, go to the keyboard, and find all the chords just by
Yeah.
listening.
Literally play by ear.
Yeah, and
And
that'd be an
that's
incredible level to get to. I think that'd be
yeah.
so fun. I just didn't have the discipline.
That's honestly crazy to even think about that and that
Mhm.
it would be possible because with guitar too, like I'll have to look up the chords to a song and it's very likely I'll know the chords, but I have to look at what order they go in
Yep.
and kind of hear when you're supposed to switch to the next one. But if I didn't pull up the chords, I wouldn't be able to just tell you what they're supposed to be. Like I'm not like that. So it would be interesting to see how I progress with this. So I'll keep you all in the loop.
Yeah, that'd be exciting. Who knows? Maybe you'll have piano shows too. I don't know how it
Yeah.
goes for you. But definitely a cool skill. I definitely recommend. That feels like that's just a cool one to have in the arsenal anyway. So Sophia, I know you're only a junior, but is there any new hobbies that you're picking up lately?
Um, I've been kind of like getting more into like cooking and baking. I've always like enjoyed cooking and baking, but like
Mhm.
lately I've just been like more motivated, I guess, to like try it, especially with like TikTok, like seeing all these recipes that people are posting, like it makes me more interested in like trying. Like I'll see one, I'm like, oh, that looks good. Like I can probably try it. And like my apartment, I have like a full kitchen, so it's like really nice. Like I have a lot of space to like experiment and stuff.
Mhm.
And I also like just like baking a lot because it's like comforting to me
Oh, so you like
almost.
baking?
Hmm.
Okay, I thought you meant like cooking.
Well, both. I like
Both.
both, but yeah.
That's impressive. Baking is one thing I've learned about baking is like you can't mess around with measurements. Like you will make
Yeah.
it taste bad so fast.
Yeah.
Like I can over season a chicken with a little too much salt and I can still
Hmm.
eat it. If I add a little too much flour or something to like my brownies, like they're gonna taste horrible and
Yeah.
I'm not gonna eat them.
Yeah.
So like was your family like kind of into were they good cooks or chefs or where did this
Um,
kind of come from?
so my mom is like a big cook. Like she cooks all the time. Like when I was living back at home before I moved to college, she like cooked like every meal. So she and also like her side of the family are all like really big cooks. Honestly, like both my mom and my dad's side of the family, they're all like really big cooks. Like
That's a good family to be in.
yeah, and
It's
like
good meals all around.
my mom has a bunch of like cookbooks and stuff that like she uses. And I know like my grandma on my dad's side, she has like a book of like recipes of her own.
Mhm.
So like there's always just been like food is like a big part of like my culture like already, and like also like a really big part of my family. Like that's usually like Thanksgiving meals, like Christmas meals, like the cooking and stuff. Like we all like really look forward to that because everyone plays a role like in the kitchen when we
Yeah.
like do big meals like that. So I've always like just been in the food environment, I guess. And I think also like being on my own and stuff is like allowed me and kind of like forced me to kind of like figure it out on my own a little bit.
Yeah.
Like if I'm hungry, like I need to make something because my mom isn't there to make it for me. But yeah.
So, okay, before we go to break here, do you got a favorite meal that you've prepared so far that you're like, this is one that's going to be a staple for a while?
Um, well, I recently made a chocolate chip blueberry loaf, like bread,
Oh, that sounds
and
good
it
already.
was so good. And I'm definitely gonna keep making that for sure.
Hopefully, bring some to the station next time too.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
sounds really good. With that being said, though, we do got to throw it to break here. This is Talking Tens on 93.7 The Ticket and Allo TV as well. If you're watching that way, which is again just kind of awesome. We have that going with the ticket continuing to grow. But again, if you want to watch on streams, you can also get us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. But we'll throw it to break here, right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nebco is hiring
drivers for Ready Mix Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical, and retirement benefits, paid time off, and we pay for CDL training. Apply today to earn an average total compensation of $50,000 to $60,000 your first year driving. From Nebco's beginnings in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
At Doane University, you can play a sport you love and also receive a world-class education. You'll learn leadership skills on and off the court that will set you up for success long after graduation. Doane isn't a place where you get lost. It's a place to get found, and it's a place where your future is uniquely yours. Learn more about the endless possibilities at Doane University today at doane.edu.
March is a month of good luck, from epic runs in state basketball to watching Cinderella spring the upset in college basketball. And of course, St. Patrick's Day. Luck is on your side at Mullen Motors too, because their lot is full of great vehicles to take home. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride, as summer road trips are just around the corner. Your luck starts this month at Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
This is Jay Foreman. When I played football for Nebraska and in the NFL, I wore protective gear to safeguard my health. Today, I'm not only protecting my health, but everyone in our community by staying up to date with the bivalent COVID vaccine. Update your protection with the bivalent COVID vaccine while it's still free. Find out more at healthylincoln.org. That's healthylincoln.org.
Guys, when I first started with Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, I weighed in at over 300 pounds. Now, less than a year later, I'm under 200 pounds for the first time since high school. I'm stronger, I'm healthier, and it all began with the Farrell's 10-Week Challenge. 10 weeks of kickboxing, strength training, and guided nutrition coaching to help you reach your fitness goals. Their next 10-week challenge begins on April 8th. If you're wanting to change your life like I have, head to theticketfm.com and click on Enroll Now on the homepage. Plus, get a promo code for a discount just for ticket listeners. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
March is full of high school state basketball action, the NCAA tournament, baseball season starting up, all great things that also cause a lot of stress. Instead of letting your nerves get the best of you and cause uncomfortable tightness, get ahead of all of it with a massage from The Body Shop. The Body Shop in Lincoln is your place for all types of massages: deep tissue, hydrating, sports, Swedish, hot stone, aroma, and more. And don't forget about their couples massages. Book your appointment today at thebodyshoplincoln.com. The Body Shop at 48th and A. Spring is here. It's time to get back outside and into proper shoes this year. Brown Shoe Fit is the place to buy this spring with their sale on athletic shoes. Get $10 off any athletic shoes $105 and under, and get $15 off any shoe over $105. Choose from respected brands like Hoka, Brooks, New Balance, On, and 361 Running. And don't forget the trendy Hey Dudes. A new shipment just arrived for the season. Start your spring off right at Brown Shoe Fit, just south of 66 and Q in Lincoln. Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. From group homes for special needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs to live a fulfilling life. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a more rewarding career, learn more about available positions. Learn more about services for your loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices. Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mix Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical, and retirement benefits, paid time off, and we pay for CDL training. Apply today to earn an average total compensation of $50,000 to $60,000 your first year driving. From Nebco's beginnings in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
At Doane University, you can play a sport you love and also receive a world-class education. You'll learn leadership skills on and off the court that will set you up for success long after graduation. Doane isn't a place where you get lost. It's a place to get found, and it's a place where your future is uniquely yours. Learn more about the endless possibilities at Doane University today at doane.edu.
March is a month of good luck, from epic runs in state basketball to watching Cinderella spring the upset in college basketball. And of course, St. Patrick's Day. Luck is on your side at Mullen Motors too, because their lot is full of great vehicles to take home. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride, as summer road trips are just around the corner. Your luck starts this month at Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
The Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into Ticket Weeknights. This is the nightcap for Ticket Weeknights. We got Talkin Tens here with gymnast Kinsey Davis and Sophia McClelland. And again, I just want to say thank you to our sponsors, Acres, your premier John dealer. Acres offers a full lineup of compact tractors and mowers for homeowners with larger yards and acreages. Acres, solutions for every field. So again, thank you to our sponsors for making these shows happen. Thank you to Allo for a debut on Allo TV. You can watch that on channel 951 if you're watching through Allo. And if you want to watch through Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or Twitter, we're streaming on all of those as well. So it's a good way to put a face to the voice. And again, if you want to comment through the Starter Heyman text line, 402-464-5685. So there you go. As you heard, we got a million ways for you guys to reach our show. So all those are out there for you. And again, feel free to join the show however you may like. So I kind of want to ask you guys this because I don't have TikTok. I know that is the hot trend right now. We talked a little bit I talked with Megan Walker a little bit. I'm sure you guys have seen do you guys have TikTok, first of all? I know you do. You talked about with your cooking. Kinsey, you as well?
Yep.
Is it getting banned? Or what's going on with TikTok?
Okay, apparently it's getting banned, but does anybody remember in 2020 when they literally said it was also getting banned?
Yeah,
and here we are in 2023 and it's still not banned. Also, I sort of tried to read an article, but I don't really care that much to actually read totally through it, but it sounded like even if it gets banned, like what's the deal with it affecting other social media? Like I thought other things were going to get banned too, or like what's the story? What do you have about the story?
I don't think we know the full story. I think that's part of the problem.
I think it's not going to get banned. I think it'll get banned by like 2025.
I don't think it'll get banned either. I mean,
it's so you know how much it's done for marketing and brand promotion and influencers and people's income is actually coming from TikTok, and it sounds really, really silly, and to a extent it is, but especially to like older generations, like they don't get it. But if you watch it and being an advocate for certain brands and those brands being like, you have such a following on your platform that if you just use this moisturizer, we'll literally pay you X amount of money.
Yeah.
Like that's actually how they're making their money.
Or even like with NIL deals now, like it's like another opportunity that we can use to like make brand deals with like places or like brands and businesses and stuff like that,
and partner with stuff. And I actually learned in my principles of mass media class what would happen if all social media went dark, if everything went away, how it would affect certain things. And I don't know, I learned a lot in that class. I took it last summer, but we learned a lot about TikTok and just social media in general and how it has come to actually be like a marketing campaign tactic and strategy for companies. So I don't really see them having good enough reason to ban TikTok.
Yeah.
I know the whole worry is what information are you giving to China? And again, I'm not going to dive too far on this because like it's not my business. I'm a sports guy. So like I'm not going to be able to tell you what China and the US is doing and all that. But to me, it's just kind of like, from my understanding, that's all happening anyways. Like we've literally had the owners of like Facebook.
Yeah.
Twitter.
What about all the other social medias that you don't know where your data is going? I also learned that in a class because I'm in a bunch of just online broadcasting stuff and mass media stuff, and you don't know where any of your information is going.
Yeah. Or even just using the internet in general.
Yeah.
Like my Google search, like that could be going to China. Like when I'm Googling if like, I don't know, Cane's is open or something like that.
Yeah. Which, and to me, it's like another one of those things. It's like, yeah, you can take I understand like there is a good need for privacy, but at the same time, it's like if you want to figure out, I'm trying to figure out which McDonald's is open at 11 a.m.
Right.
Go for it. Like I'm like, it's like it's just kind of weird. I do wonder. The only thing I saw is like the people arguing against it obviously had stock trades and like Apple,
Mhm.
Microsoft, like they're competitors. So that's part of it. Who all really knows? I was just wondering, as student athletes, like I'm kind of on your side. I just don't know what banning it would lead to.
Yeah.
I know people would adjust, they'd find a way. Yeah, you'd see a lot of influencers go away, and some people would like that. Some people would be like, that's not fair. They worked really hard. Because you think I
Mhm.
remember being like, I mean, they spend years building up a base, a fan
Yeah.
base. Like I know
Yeah.
we have Chris Ramsey. He does really, really well on TikTok.
Yeah.
And he's worked hard on that for years. So to kind of
Yeah.
rip it away, like you said, like the NIL, all that, a big chunk of that's going to go away with
Mhm.
it. So it does make me, so like that's why that student athlete perspective I was asking, kind of how you guys see it. Because do you guys use TikTok to market yourselves at all? Or just more for fun right now?
I do a little bit. I have like 2 accounts. So I have like a personal account, and then I have like a more public account that I use to like, I guess, advertise myself. I don't know if that's the right way to describe it, but
I'd say so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Advertise yourself.
so I use like my public account for that, but like my personal account, I use it for like comedy. Like, that's where I find all my comedy, and I love it so much. Or like even informational videos. Like I've come across so many videos that like have given me information that I literally had no idea about, like in like so many random areas too.
Yeah. For me, I definitely use it for fun. I mean, I post gymnastics videos and I'll put them with sound or slow-mo them down, but I mean, when you put it into perspective, like I would say Genesis uses TikTok to promote
Mhm.
herself because she does actual brand partnerships and kind
Mhm.
of she puts way more effort into it than I do. Like I just kind of like put a video together for fun. But like I do showcase my gymnastics, and I think the majority of my following is due to my gymnastics. So in a way, whatever I do post in gymnastics is going to be like promoting myself and my brand because my
Yeah.
sport is my brand. But I would say that like 90% of my TikTok feed is transition videos or lip syncing videos of like funny comedy sounds. Like it's not really deep.
Mm.
but-
What's the comedy that's you're typically getting on your feed?
What was that?
What's the comedy? What does the algorithm
Oh.
throw you?
Okay, well, I have like a really like I feel like stupid sense of humor. Like the simplest things can make me laugh. Like literally, I'll hear a fart noise and like die laughing. Like I'm just super giggly. Like and like I don't know. Like the simplest things like make me laugh. Actually, I find like stuff that's like relatable, like super funny. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the
especially-
best ones.
Yeah, like especially like gymnastics stuff. Like or when they'll put like I don't know, like a Dance Moms like sound like
Mhm.
from like an episode with like Abby Lee, like a crazy coach or whatever, like and they like kind of like relate it to gymnastics. It's always so funny because it's like we all had the same experience like and didn't even know it.
Yeah, also it's not even the sounds that are funny, but it's like seriously the creativity people
Yeah.
put the sounds of the video. So like a gymnastics one, I was thinking about is just like one when it's like you think you can break my heart? And
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
I have been gymnast for 20 years and I
Yeah.
literally cried about how well I was gonna swing around a wooden pole.
Yeah.
Those are so funny. Like, I don't know. I just look at that and I'm like, yes, like that's literally me.
Yeah.
Those are funny. Also, we always use little slogans we hear in practice. So if I could be
I'm the
child
worst with that.
anyways, or like what's another funny one? You are she always be saying something.
Yeah, people like some of the girls on the team tell me that I talk in TikTok. Like
She
that's
does.
like
Her
the way I
language
talk.
is TikTok.
Yeah.
So as the TikTok trends move, so does your voice.
Oh yeah. Like I'm always bringing up like the trending ones, but then I'll bring up like the old ones that are super funny. Or like even Dave would like bring up some of the older ones. Like literally when that like
Did you just call me Dave on live
I
radio?
did. Like that one sound that was going around of like this lady like just recording. She was like, "Hooray!"
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
actually-
I did bring that to life.
it was so funny because Davis was doing it like at the best moments. Like I think we were at like a competition.
We
or
were. I think you just like you either
I
slayed
fell,
or
I think.
Oh.
I think I fell or something, and like she like said hooray, like but like in a like effort to make me feel better about like the situation, and it did. It made me laugh. Like I might have been annoyed at the time, but like
No,
internally I
I
was
think
dying.
I kind of okay, I talk a lot, but around Soph, I actually don't. Like I
Yeah.
feel like I don't, but then when I do, she thinks I'm so funny. Like I tend to for real. I guess I open my mouth at the perfect time to say like the perfect thing to her. But I be talking all the time and we're locker buddies and sometimes we just like don't really talk. But then when I say something, she's like cracking up on the floor. So I'm like, oh, I guess I'm kind of funny today. But no, the TikTok sound is it's like, oh, I'm never letting my mom film again, or like my brother, and it's just like doing something super crazy and then being like, hooray.
Yeah.
And so now we started just doing it to whether you do good or bad, or like if someone face plants and I'm just over here in the corner like, hooray.
Yeah.
That's actually one of my
comical
favorites because it was I didn't realize it was just a voiceover they put, and the caption was like, "Don't bring your white friend to the park," and it was hilarious. It was just like an awesome dunk. Dude just absolutely posterized it, and the guy filming, they put in that sound bite. He's hooray!
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
like-
It's
so
just
good.
so funny. It's just like
It's
you
perfect.
could do like the most, like 197.5.
Yeah.
Hooray!
Hooray.
Like, I can't. So
That's a
funny.
good one. But so if TikTok got banned, try to get back on track here.
Yeah,
and now I'm
sorry.
just thinking about no, it's good. I'm
Jumping
thinking of all these too.
around.
Unfortunately, a lot of them I can't say on live on air, but there's so many good ones. I feel like, have you guys used any of the other shorts like YouTube Shorts or Instagram?
I've used Instagram Reels a few times. I think I've used them like only like 2 or 3 times on my Instagram, and one of them got like 43,000 views or something like that, like insane like amount
Dang.
of views.
Is that a record for you?
I think so, yeah.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, that's a big number.
And it was like a silly like reel, like it wasn't even super serious. It was like point of view, you're on bars of me and Asia, and like we're literally dancing for half of the reel,
Yeah.
and like the other half, like I think I did like one dismount, and she was like just like swinging upside down on the bar, like. But I don't know, I guess people liked it.
Those are the ones that do best.
Yeah.
It's the ones that you don't expect
Yeah.
to take off.
It's
'Cause
like I'll
didn't you-
try really, really hard, and then it's like actually get
Flop.
5 views, and
Yeah.
then I just like on a whim post something, and then everybody loves it, and I'm like, okay.
Didn't you have one that went viral that you didn't expect at all? Or am I thinking of someone else?
Was it a TikTok?
It might have been a TikTok, not an Instagram.
I don't think I really had one go viral. I just had there's this one video and I kind of put together all my videos from freshman year and I put it over this sound, and that one did pretty well. But for Instagram, I've only used Reels a couple times, and yeah, I've never had. Well, I don't check the views really. I try to not like look very much because I don't know. I don't really care
Don't care as
about
much.
that stuff. But I actually don't really like Reels. I liked it better when it just like went to your feed.
Yeah.
Like I don't love, and then they kind of like start over. I don't know. I feel like it made the algorithm more confusing.
I will say the algorithm for like the YouTube Shorts and the Instagram Reels, like even the Reddit Reels, right? I think Facebook has it too now. They all have that same thing. It's the algorithm is not as good
Yeah.
because I get
Yeah.
like I'll see the same thing
Yeah.
5 times out of 10. Does TikTok have that same problem? Do you get a lot of reposts where you're seeing the same thing over and over?
No. If
Yes.
I
Yeah.
do, like, or sometimes like I'll think I'm seeing the same video, but then like someone like stitches it and like,
Yeah.
or like they're like reacting to it
Or
or,
has
something
a
like
duet.
that. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I don't think I've ever really, maybe like once
I
or
love
twice,
the
but-
stitches. You think
Me
you're gonna
too.
get at the same video, and then it's the person stitching it, and they're just like this, like, or like they have this insane reaction. It's so funny. But I will say we don't see the same thing on TikTok, but I see every TikTok that I've ever witnessed 3
Yeah.
days later on
On-
Instagram,
yeah,
and
yeah,
it
that too.
oh, it's on. And then my sisters send it to me, and they're like, "LOL, look at this reel," and I'm like, "Yeah, I saw it on TikTok 2 days ago."
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah, I
repost
do notice
culture
that.
we're in.
Yes.
Yeah.
That kind of gets weird because all of us, I'd imagine at this point, we've had the internet for a really long time.
Mhm.
So we've seen some like the older memes kind
Yeah.
of like make a comeback
Yeah.
later. And it's
Yeah.
like the new kids are seeing it now for the first time. And like it's crazy those super old ones, like how
Yeah.
they're so funny. They just like reemerge every 10 years and they keep coming
Hurricane
back.
tortilla.
Yes, that is a perfect example. That one's
See
so
how
good.
good, like, anyway.
Yeah, that one. I bet you Corn Kid makes a comeback one of these days. He'll
I
be on
know.
there again.
How old do we think he is?
He's not that much older, is he? Than when he went viral?
No, he was a little kid when he went viral, but that was like on Vine, so that was like a long time ago.
That was a Vine.
yeah.
Oh, so it already did. hit
No,
its
no, the
reemergence. And I was
Hurricane
catching the second
Katrina,
one.
more
one.
like Hurricane Tortilla.
I thought you were talking about the corn.
Yeah, I was thinking
kid.
the Corn Kid. I was like,
Yeah.
that one's new. That kid, I mean,
No, that kid's probably making money though.
Which one?
The corn kid.
Oh yeah.
I think if he was an athlete, he'd definitely get some like tortilla chip NIL deals or something. I'm not sure.
Or
Who knows what
corn.
that kid's doing anymore?
I don't know.
There's kids that get super famous off of something so strange and obscure at a
yeah.
time they don't even understand it.
Yeah.
Like the Corn Kid, he got to go all over just saying corn.
Corn.
yeah.
And it was working. Like he was getting money. And anyways, it's kind of crazy world. So I wanted to kind of pose that to you guys with TikTok. Because it is kind of curious, especially hearing like the student athletes where they sit on that. 'Cause it does
Mhm.
feel like it's kind of a a big loss for, especially with NIL being there. That was huge for you guys. So it was
Yeah.
interesting to ask about. But again, we got to throw it to break. We got one more segment. The next one will be short. It'll be about 5 minutes to 7 minutes. But again, if you want to put a face to the voice, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, we're streaming on all of those. And you can also ask questions on the Starter Heyman text line, 402-464-5685. We'll throw it to break. This is Talking Tens. I'm Harris Narns here with gymnast Kinsey Davis and Sophie McClellan. We'll be back right after this break.
Ready Mix Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical, and retirement benefits, paid time off, and we pay for CDL training. Apply today to earn an average total compensation of $50,000 to $60,000 your first year driving. From Nebco's beginnings in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
At Doane University, you can play a sport you love and also receive a world-class education. You'll learn leadership skills on and off the court that will set you up for success long after graduation. Doane isn't a place where you get lost. It's a place to get found, and it's a place where your future is uniquely yours. Learn more about the endless possibilities at Doane University today at doane.edu.
March is a month of good luck. From epic runs in state basketball to watching Cinderella spring the upset in college basketball. And of course, St. Patrick's Day. Luck is on your side at Mullen Motors too, because their lot is full of great vehicles to take home. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride, as summer road trips are just around the corner. Your luck starts this month at Mullen Motors.
No tag-on, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
This is Jay Foreman. When I played football for Nebraska and in the NFL, I wore protective gear to safeguard my health. Today, I'm not only protecting my health, but everyone in our community by staying up to date with the bivalent COVID vaccine. Update your protection with the bivalent COVID vaccine while it's still free. Find out more at healthylincoln.org. That's healthylincoln.org.
Guys, when I first started with Barrel's Extreme Body Shaping, I weighed in at over 300 pounds. Now, less than a year later, I'm under 200 pounds for the first time since high school. I'm stronger, I'm healthier, and it all began with the Barrel's 10-week challenge. 10 weeks of kickboxing, strength training, and guided nutrition coaching to help you reach your fitness goals. Their next 10-week challenge begins on April 8th. If you're wanting to change your life like I have, head to theticketfm.com and click on Enroll Now on the homepage. Plus, get a promo code for a discount just for ticket listeners. Barrel's Extreme Body Shaping.
March is full of high school state basketball action, the NCAA tournament, baseball season starting up, all great things that also cause a lot of stress. Instead of letting your nerves get the best of you and cause uncomfortable tightness, get ahead of all of it with a massage from The Body Shop. The Body Shop in Lincoln is your place for all types of massages: deep tissue, hydrating, sports, Swedish, hot stone, aroma, and more. And don't forget about their couples massages. Book your appointment today at thebodyshoplincoln.com. The Body Shop at 48th and A. Spring is here. It's time to get back outside and into proper shoes this year. Brown Shoe Fit is the place to buy this spring with their sale on athletic shoes. Get $10 off any athletic shoes $105 and under, and get $15 off any shoe over $105. Choose from respected brands like Hoka, Brooks, New Balance, On, and 361 Running. And don't forget the trendy Hey Dudes. A new shipment just arrived for the season. Start your spring off right at Brown Shoe Fit, just south of 66 and Q in Lincoln. Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. From group homes for special needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs to live a fulfilling life. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a more rewarding career, learn more about available positions. Learn more about services for your loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices. Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mix Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical, and retirement benefits, paid time off, and we pay for CDL training. Apply today to earn an average total compensation of $50,000 to $60,000 your first year driving. From Nebco's beginnings in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
At Doane University, you can play a sport you love and also receive a world-class education. You'll learn leadership skills on and off the court that will set you up for success long after graduation. Doane isn't a place where you get lost. It's a place to get found, and it's a place where your future is uniquely yours. Learn more about the endless possibilities at Doane University today at doane.edu.
March is a month of good luck. From epic runs in state basketball to watching Cinderella spring the upset in college basketball. And of course, St. Patrick's Day. Luck is on your side at Mullen Motors too, because their lot is full of great vehicles to take home. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride, as summer road trips are just around the corner. Your luck starts this month at Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
This is Jay Foreman. When I played football for Nebraska and in the NFL, I wore protective gear to safeguard my health. Today, I'm not only protecting my health, but everyone in our community by staying up to date with the bivalent COVID vaccine. Update your protection with the bivalent COVID vaccine while it's still free. Find out more at healthylincoln.org. That's healthylincoln.org.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into the final segment of Ticket Weeknights for the night. This is the nightcap for all these shows. And again, I want to thank you to our sponsor, Acres. Acres, your premier John dealer, is looking for the best talent across the state. Check out current openings at acres.com/careers to apply online. But again, thank you, Acres. Thank you, Allo. Just thank you all our listeners for listening to the Ticket, because it's just been an awesome month as things are just continuing to blow up. The move downtown is getting closer and closer. So it's just been awesome. But we don't got a ton of time here, so go ahead and throw it to Kinsey. And we're going to kind of wrap it up with this segment here.
Yeah, we're just getting really excited for regionals and just training, trying to polish up those routines. And yeah. Sophia, what are you most excited about for regionals?
I'm most excited for us to be there. Like,
Yeah.
I've been talking to like some of the guys about like how excited I am for like the team. Like, and I think I was talking to like Simp about it the other day. Like, I don't think this team realizes like how far we've actually come this season, because we've been just like so tunnel visioned on like moving forward and like achieving like one thing after another. Like, I don't think we've taken the time to like step back and really realize like we've made so much history like just in this season alone.
Yeah.
So I just really hope that like everyone enjoys it. Like, the hard part's already over. Like, we're in. So like now it's just our time to like have fun and like just relax. And I think that's like one of the advantages that we have going into this, like not being necessarily like a top dog school like LSU or something like that, where we kind of have the ability and the advantage to go in there with like a more relaxed approach of like just having fun and like enjoying the moment.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I feel like the pressure is off because we've already done the hard part. And obviously we have to continue to keep performing well. But also we kind of don't have that super expected of us. We're more just growing and growing. And of course, we all want it in our heart to continue doing well. And I think we will. But the more we kind of don't think about it and we kind of act more just grateful to be there instead of feeling like we're carrying the weight of the world on our shoulders is only going to benefit us. So I think we've all been trying to play it cool, you know, not get too stressed. I am ready to be there, though. I'm kind of just ready to go. Tired of training, just ready to compete. I feel like I'm ready. I feel like competing is just normal for us now. I feel like we're in that routine, so it's ready to go there and do it again. And Big Tens wasn't our strongest meet, especially after coming off of 2 197 scores. And I think that we were just in a little bit of a funk.
Well, you guys, I know we talked about it a little bit during the break, but I mean, there's some illnesses going around. Was it just a few people, or was it, you know, was there quite a bit of the team affected by it, or?
Not too many people were sick, but a lot of us are just hurting or sick or little aches and pains. You know, more and more tape is beginning to be added to everyone. And we were competing in the morning, which, you know, that's not an excuse, but it is different than kind of where we've been competing. And I think we had a week off. We had a bye week. We're all a little bit healthier. We're a little bit more hungry to compete. And it'll be good for us. This break has been good. And ready to get out there and go already.
Yeah. And oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. I was gonna say we're excited.
Yeah. I think too, like the fact that like people like on Twitter keep saying like Nebraska's back and like stuff like that is like so motivating, at least for
Mhm.
me, like seeing that, because I feel like we have so many more people rooting for us, like because we kind of like earned back the respect from like the gym world or gym fan world, like in the sense of them like being like, okay, like Nebraska hasn't fallen off, like they've kind of gotten their stuff together and they're back. And honestly, we've just been hitting really hard this season. Like
Yeah.
we came in and we just went like full on, like not holding anything back. And I'm like so proud of this team and like so proud to be a part of the team this year too, to be able to play a role. And that's another thing. Like every single person on this team has played a significant role to get us to where we're at. Because if only like 4 of us were performing like the way that we have this season and the rest of were like just kind of like 50-50 or just like kind of like not going in there with the same intention as everyone else, like we would not have gotten this far. So I think it's really like a testament to how hard we've worked as a team, like not just individually, that we get this opportunity to go to regionals and kind of show up as the underdog that everyone wants to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys feel any chip on your shoulder for being the underdog, or do you just feel like there's no chip on the shoulder, like we belong here, but we don't feel like, you know, the world's against us?
Yeah, the second
Yeah.
one. I think the gym internet, like she said, has given us some respect back. And I feel like we're at a happy medium. Like, we're not LSU, and that's okay. We're not claiming to be. I never claimed to be a fighter. But
more memes.
but also, yeah, more TikToks. But like we getting 197 scores and hitting like halfway to 198, like
Yeah.
there's no denying that. Like if anything, we get underscored. So if we
Mhm.
were really getting that type of score, it's kind of forced to make people look.
Yeah.
So I don't really feel a chip on our shoulder. I feel like I just want us to do well because we're capable of it,
Mhm.
not because I feel like I have to prove something to anyone, because I think we already did that this season as a whole. I just want us to actually accomplish something like at the end, because it's just finishing what we started.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as you guys said too, it's like you guys are back on the radar. You know, it's I don't want to say you guys ever fell off, because it never felt like you guys were, oh, that's going to be a journey to get back. Felt like you guys were always there. But again, it's just the consistency. And real quick, kind of wrap it up. And even if you can't quantify it, you know, is there just something overall in this team that has kind of allowed this constant growth, whether it's just the morale of the team?
I think it's the relationships that we've formed on the team. Like, I know I've heard some of the girls talk about like the team culture, like before I got here, like was a little bit of a struggle. But I think like even coming from like a completely different team, like as a transfer, like comparing the team culture at my previous school to here, it's like night and day. Like the team culture here, I think, is just so strong, and I think that's because we've really made an effort to make it strong and to like get to know each other and to be vulnerable with each other and open and allow for that bond to really like solidify, to give us like a good base to trust each other like out on the competition floor. Like I don't think there's ever been a time that we've been competing and I'm like, oh, I don't know like how this person's gonna do. Like I have full faith in every single person that goes up, like even exhibitions, that like they're gonna do their job to the best of their ability.
I think we see that too. Kinsey, you got anything to add?
No, I totally agree with everything she said. And I think it is the morale of the team at the end of the day. Also, I feel like the commitment level is more leveled out between the team this year. And in previous years, I kind of feel like maybe not everybody was on the same page. So we've done a lot of soul searching this year, starting from the team retreat. And I think we were all invested, which makes a difference because, as we mentioned earlier, everyone kind of has to want it for a team to go far. And I think that's proven this year, definitely, because we've gone farther than the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Absolutely. With that being said, we'll wrap it up. Appreciate you listening and enjoy the rest of your night.